Hello, hello, Guardians. I am Ransom Rider playing my favorite game, Destiny 2. This is my favorite game, Destiny 2 Destiny. I really just view it as one big long game. Hello, hello, Guardians. Thank you for hanging out with me. But yeah, it's my favorite game. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm not going to give some critiques on occasion. I did receive a couple of comments in some of my short videos and live streams that I think the viewers hadn't really hung out with me a lot, but they were, enlivened enough to comment. You can love something and still have a few critiques, right? We all know that it would be nice to have a season where shotguns do a lot more. They need to do a lot more. As in, stop champions, break shields, and overload the overloads. Nathan Crawford, hello, hello. How are you, buddy? It's good to see you. So, I've been watching content creators this morning, and many of you may have watched my interview live last night with Crimson. We had a phenomenal interview. We made it to a very special place inside the game. And if you're at that section where I'm trying to jump up into the tower, the old elevator shaft, please fast forward to the point where I went flawless. I jumped that last jump, every jump was flawless. Avert your eyes or fast forward. Because the stasis crystals that I was jumping on hated me. They hated me. Mango Luck, it is so good to see you. Hello, hello, Guardian. Now, Mango Luck, Guardians, in case you're just watching and you haven't seen a lot of my past live streams, Mango Luck is a Guardian who resides in Germany. Hello to Germany and Guardians around the world. Thank you for hanging out with me. Mango, I know you told me what you were going to be doing with ATP, Vendetta, and Zemo. What did you called yourself? What was your title? Because you aren't going to be in the actual raid for the final shape, but you're going to be giving assistance. Coach, a coach. Okay, I was keep thinking technical assistance, puzzle solver, but Mango Luck will be a coach for some of the world's great Guardians. And I'm excited. Mango, I was thinking today, here's what I was thinking, Mango. I was thinking I would love to watch. I would just like to watch. And maybe I was even thinking, should I do a live stream and flip between a couple of teams that are in contention to be world's first? And Mango definitely was with a group of Raiders that have been world's first 4 times. So Mango comes to us with a phenomenal gaming resume. Q, hello, hello, how are you? Q, where have you been? Where have you been? And did your nose finally get better? Did they find out it was allergies? I remember you said deviated septum, but I hope you're doing okay now. I don't know how they fix a deviated septum. Is that surgery? Could it be surgery? Now, what am I doing on my mouse and keyboard? I need to make a change. Make a change. Mouse and keyboard, it's way too fast for me. I can't keep track of all those keys. But people say, you've got a lot of buttons. You've got a lot of buttons. Well, yeah, I got a lot of buttons. Havoc, hello. I see you inside of Discord chat. Guardians, we're going to be doing a Discord celebration, watching an iconic movie, and we found out that we can have up to 100. Havoc, was it up to 100 that can be with us in that?
Yeah.
And I think that's going to be a lot of fun. So if you're around when they get that together, I will make an announcement, and I would love for some of you to come hang out. Evan F. hosts an event with shotcasters flipping through the top teams. Oh, and I like Evan F. I really like him. Yeah, I think it would just be fun to drop in and see what folks are doing. You know, we have talked about doing the day one rating, but Mango Luck at my age, after about 6 or 7 hours, I do fatigue sets in, and I want to get out of my chair. I want to roam around. I want to do other things after that length of time. Now, I saw EXO on earlier, and EXO is running folks through Grandmasters. You know, people that need to run through Grandmasters to gild their title, to earn the title. And it's on the moon. I've already run it a couple of times this week, but I like the moon. I've tried to solo it, and every time, you know, the boss gets me with, you know, some type of super bow and arrow. Roam around, roam around. Oh, like an esports event? Yes, yes. I like some of the esports events. The esports, you know, there's so much money in those. Esports have big money, big money. Let's go to the tower and see if I neglected to clean anything up last night. But yes, back to last night's live stream. If you were there, we had a lot of fun. I did doing the interview
Morning,
with
Crimson.
Crimson. What's that, Havoc? Oh, and Crimson is
morning,
here. Crimson, hello, hello. Crimson and I had a lot of fun, but as I said earlier, fast forward over the part where I stumble and fall 20 times, 40. But it was still a lot of fun once we got to sit down for the interview process. And my video editor is going to work on that and try to get that up as a video separate from the live stream. Same for water. And then today, Guardians, I think if it all works out, I'm going to be chatting with all the players, ATP. Many of you know him, you love him. He's going to be here this evening, sometime after 6 Eastern Standard Time. All the players is going to stop by. Vendetta is going to drop by. And that's really... dismissed? I just got here. Don't dismiss me. They're going to stop by. Vendetta's going to stop by, and many of you know Vendetta. You watch his live streams. You've seen his phenomenal runs through very challenging and difficult in-game content in Destiny 2. And I'm excited by it. Crimson, I'm excited. Exotic, I see that you're still in a Grandmaster. When you're free, you know, I'm glad to run one with you. For fun. I'm on a hunter. I did sign into my hunter because I don't believe I've taken my hunter through Grandmaster Nightfall anytime recently. Eisenald, hello, hello. How are you? It's good to see you. Dark Law. Dark Law. Is there a light law? A dark law and a light law? I don't know. Eisenald, what are you doing? Thank you, Dark Law. Happy Monday to you, buddy. Exotic, when you get free, just send me an invite, and I would love to run through with you. Chat, Exotic is a live streamer, content creator, and he really gives a lot of helps inside of Grandmasters. I think, Exotic, have you soloed every single Grandmaster? I mean, I've watched you solo many of them, and you always make it look like a strike. You know, like a normal playlist strike. You're phenomenal, and I always love it. I enjoy it. I love it. I want to see Hawthorne because even though the end of the season looms, and Guardians, it's been a very long season. It looms. I really still want to pick everything up. Because if I do some of these, I most likely am not going to turn them in. I'll try to hang on to them just in case we decide to go into the raid on that first raid day. I know we've had 3 folks confirm.
I think
Havoc is organizing that, and I
What am I
told
doing?
Havoc, I said, I don't know, can I stand all the hours that it takes? Maybe, I don't know. This chair, my bottom gets tired of sitting in a chair. For much of my career, I stood, I walked around, I engaged with folks. I had a good time.
Hey,
Zemo, how
Gino.
are you? Hello, hello.
Good
Zemo, it is good
morning.
to see you. How goes Final Fantasy? Zemo has been stopping by and keeping us updated. And Zemo, you're going to be you're going to be on a phenomenal team. Mango tells us, and I think you're going to be absolutely incredible on that team. I want to watch. I want to watch. I hope that you're live streaming and Vendetta is live streaming so that I can tune in.
What did I just hit?
Zemo, you're grinding for your third ultimate
Oh
clear.
wow.
Now, I don't play Final Fantasy 14. Havoc, you play Final Fantasy 14.
Oh.
Is that's like the hard mode? Is that a hard mode?
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. I don't I don't have a lot of friends, so I didn't play a lot of the Final Fantasy stuff outside of the campaign. Like I ran through the entire campaign, which was excellent, but you do have to
Ultimates,
be like really into it.
Ultimates. Mango says Ultimates are the hardest in-game content.
Yeah.
Zemo, are you free?
Figures.
We can
GG
do an
though.
interview. Now, I
Oh.
have talked to Zemo many times, several times, and Zemo's always a delight to have on my channel. I like to, get the perspective from someone who's a world record holder. And Zemo has multiple world records. Zemo, if you've got time, we can go. Now, if you don't, that's a-okay. I understand because this is impromptu. I feel like the light has shined upon me. Mango and Zemo are both here. And I could give them an invite. Oh, you
Emo's
have to
about to
go in
go
like
out in
15 or 20
15:20.
minutes. Ooh, we couldn't get a lot of questions.
It's
We
all right.
could not get a lot of questions in. So when you come back, let's do something where I can ask you some of those questions that new
Yeah, that would
gamers
be fun.
they might want to know, Zemo, unless you want to try a couple this afternoon. Okay, available. Zemo, holler at me because yes, I want to ask you this little group of questions.
Yeah, that'll be
Guardians.
fun.
This is really important. Okay, this is really important because new gamers, new guardians that are coming through, they need to have hope and they need to see other gamers playing, setting the examples. We have to reach a hand out and say, "Hey, I can show you the way. I can shine a light on some of these dark places where the game might be difficult to understand." Now, you and I, Zemo, Mango, Havoc, all of you in chat that have gamed for a while inside of Destiny, we don't really think a whole lot about it because we've been here, we've been working on it, we've been doing it. But a new gamer that steps into this may not, they may not really understand some of the mechanics or how things work. And I like to show them what can be achieved. And Zemo knows I have sent several messages to Zemo when I watch his world record runs on his channel. That hey, you are shining a light on a path that could probably be very difficult for 99.9%. Let's face it, the world record holder can only be one. It can only be one. So I want to hear from those people that paved the way. They paved the way inside of gaming and specifically Destiny 2. Mango says, I frequently help my new light friends. I did a Deep Stone
Oh, nice.
Sherpa 2 days ago. Love helping them with quests and missions. Mango, are you live streaming? Am I missing something that I don't? I'm wondering if I follow you because if you're live streaming, I'm not getting notified. I am not getting notified, and I want to be notified because I want to tune in and watch you.
I don't live stream test.
You don't live stream Destiny. Or you don't love Destiny.
I don't.
You don't love it. You don't live stream it. No, that was live stream. All right, but you do live stream competitive. What is the super competitive esport right now, Mango?
Rarely.
Which one is it?
Well, I mean, there's probably a lot of them.
I know, but there has to be one that really has big money attached. I mean, they're all not going to have the $5 million booty. Or maybe they do. Maybe they do.
Stay shut.
Mango, you should come in to
that's one of those esports.
League of Legends. Mango, why don't you come into Discord live stream and I'll chat with you for a minute.
Why would you?
We need to know what's going on with you,
yeah,
girl.
that's what I thought it was.
Now, Mango is German, and she communicated with me a while back that her English sometimes is not the best. Zemo says that game, League of Legends, the competitive scene is huge.
Yeah.
Now, isn't there an animation series on Netflix that's based on League of Legends, or am I mistaken? Because I did watch it about this girl and her sister and the dystopian environment where they live and fighting back. Basically, most of the games are fighting back the darkness, right? There's always... Kitty Cat, what are you trying to do? My kitty cat wants on my gaming desk, and she's trying to figure out how to get up here. You can make it, little girl. You can make it. She was in my chair. My kitty cat was in the chair this morning, and I had to pick her up and move her. This is my, I don't know if you can see it, but this is my mesh bottom, mesh back chair, because my big chair that I love, which is still here in my studio, it's leather. I didn't want it leather, but I couldn't get it in fabric, and leather burns me up. Mango, if she comes over, you will be able to see her. This is Miss Two-Face, and I call her that because one side is one color, the other side is another color. She's beautiful. She showed up on my doorstep, and she came into the house. She seemed scared. She seemed hungry. She seemed alone. And I let her in. I gave her some food, a bowl of water. I took her to the vet the next day, had her checked out. She's another story where I thought I'll rehome her. I had seen her in the neighborhood. I do put out food for, a couple of feral kitty cats. I love them in the neighborhood. We're rat-free. They're little gamers. Their game is cat and mouse, and they're expert at it. They are the originator of the cat and mouse game. But it's rat-free. And before, there were a few feral kitty cats in the neighborhood. And by the way, they've all been taken to the vet. They get their shots. They have been fixed where there's no baby cats running around. But they still want to stay outside. They run wild, but I feed them, and folks in the neighborhood feed them. All my neighbors are thrilled to have these kitty cats out and about. We do have like a wild coyote that came in from the Old West somehow. I don't know how it got here, but a lot of the neighborhood, the doorbells capture this wild coyote making its way around. And I want to know, does it have a friend? Is there a coyote family somewhere around here? I know that we have possums and raccoons, lots of squirrels, but that coyote was a surprise. The knocking noise, XO, thank you, welcome into live stream. But Mango, if you've got a minute, I want to talk to you, girl. Your opinion is important. And I'm going to say something that Mango already knows. The female persuasion of the human race. We need more. We need more in the gaming world. I'm always glad to see, a lot of the folks, women, doing a lot of different things in gaming. That's why I like to tune in to Chelsea Louise. Well, that and her phenomenal accent. That accent is a stunner. I need to use my headset more. Why are people talking and I can't hear them? I think I have the Discord chat at a good level. I don't know. You know, it says it's a good level.
Don't mess with the level in OBS.
Okay,
I saw where you
don't mess with OBS.
And it was so low that nobody could really hear it.
Wait a minute. I think Mango's in my friends list. Mango, why are you not in my friends list? I need to know. I need to know. I need to get Mango in here. Now, somehow I know I can type that in. Okay, let me get this over. Mango, what's your number? I'm gonna look for you. Oh, why am I doing that? I don't need caps locked. You'd never know that I had typing lessons. You know, I know Guardians way back when, back before most of you were born. I was given typing lessons. It was a necessity to get out of school. And now, you know, after years and years, I feel like, you know, my typing skills went straight out the window. Mango, how do I get you in here? Or let me do this.
Here goes.
Let's see. It's this, WHO. Send me a friend request so that I can chat with you and hang out and get some questions with Mango Luck. What's that, Havoc?
You have too many requests. You have to do something with them or get rid of some.
Oh, man. I've got too many requests. I hate that this is so limited. This is so limited. I don't like it one bit.
Well.
So I need to just delete some of these?
Yeah. Yeah, you sure do.
Oh, this is painful. I don't like to, you know, delete stuff like this. Because we might need to play together. We might need to play together. All right, that deleted too.
You can probably get rid of Ikora's chemotherapy. That's not very ransom approved.
Okay, I didn't even see that, but thank you for pointing it out. Sometimes the name is too inappropriate for me to accept it. Now there's Mew, and I chat with Mew on X all the time. Peeb, thank you so much. I think I chat with Peeb also on X. But Mango, we need to be friends now. I know we are friends, but it would be good to be able to chat with you and ask you a few questions. If you don't feel, you know, rusty to the point where maybe you're not feeling like your English would translate. And I understand that. I understand that. But I bet your English is most likely flawless. People that are taught English as a foreign language, meaning it's not your first language, they are usually really, really textbook perfect English. Growing up speaking English, you know, we're slang. I speak slang. And even now, when I go back to visit my hometown, it's been over a year. I've not been back into my hometown. Even now, when I go back, I find it difficult sometimes to understand because where I grew up, a 2-mile trip, a 1-mile trip, heck, around the corner, it might be so different that it's sometimes hard to understand what they say. I've got an accent, I'm told. I don't hear it. But I'm told I have an accent, and I actually, in school, this is going way back when, you know, we had textbooks, physical pages, and I was always called upon in Western civilization and literature to read a lot of like the text. And I always loved it. You know, I'm a reader. I try to read a lot of books. I try to read a lot of books Teachers, I did a short video about teachers and how important they are. Teachers are important. And I would be called on to read because I think the instructor realized that some of those, the accents, the dialect, that maybe not all the students could understand. So it was always interesting. Like my nephew came up, he grew up in a different area, about probably 4 miles away from where I grew up. I couldn't hardly understand him. He sat down one day and I was like, I'm having difficulty understanding my own nephew. He grew up in a section where they just really had like some of their own words. Now, Guardians, I'm going to give you a little hint so that you'll know a bit about where I came from. Okay? If you've ever seen the movie Nell, Nell, with Jodie Foster, that's my hometown. Okay, she grew in that movie. She lived next to the lake. That's where I would swim all the time. I've had friends up there. We've hung out, and the area is spectacular. A paradise. And it just has its own way of life. Havoc, you're lurking. Thank you for the lurk, Havoc. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm around. Just yell if you need me.
What does that lurking thing? I gave EXO a lurk today because I had to get ready for my live stream. What exactly, for people that might not be familiar with it, what does the lurk mean?
Well, it's a thing that you can set up with like Nightbot or whatever, but it's just like to say that like you're here, but you're not participating in chat. You're watching though. And you're like around. Is how I see it.
Right.
So like if I'm here and I just like have you on in the background and I'm just here watching you, I just wanted to be like, hey, I'm here watching you, but I can't really talk right
That's
now.
what I thought. It just lets the live streamer know you're still with them, you're still there, but you may be cooking dinner, breakfast, lunch. You may be occupied. You may be in the office. I've had people send me notes that said, Ransom, I'm in the office, but you're in the background. I'm watching. Hey, I'm glad that they're watching. I need viewers. I need friends. Now, I have Mango in... Look, I have Mango in my Discord live chat. We're going to be able to hear Mango in just a moment. Now, remember, she is from Germany. She is a guardian pushing back the darkness wherever she finds it. Let's take a look at Mango. Ransomware, fashion time. Mango is an 1822 warlock awoken, running the Dawnblade, using the mountaintop with auto-loading holster and frenzy. Sunshot, you know it, you love it. Sunshot, don't leave home without it. This is the Slammer Adept with Eager Edge bait and switch. EXO and I were just talking about this weapon this morning. Cold Steel is a good one because I think it will still stun an overload. It stops them. Cold Steel. But this one is excellent for damage, mobility, Eager Edge, bait and switch. Running the Xenotaph, and you may have seen one of my short videos where I said Warlocks are burdened, meaning they're stuck with for a while Xenotaph and really Well of Radiance, because this is going to give you a lot of ammo on the battlefield. It's necessary. And I basically said Guardians everywhere are going to have to join hands and pray away the hideous looking Xeno. But I'm liking the color shader choice here.
Hideous?
Oh, now Xenotaph, Mango, come on. You know it. You know this is not the prettiest one you can put on. But the power outweighs the look. And Xenotaph. But now I was going to say Mango looks good. There has been, a dedicated period of color selection. You go through your little swatches. You pick out a great color. And this looks really good. The copper, the slightly off-white. you make a statement. Could you wear this to the local Aldi store?
Oh,
Probably
for sure.
not, because the helmet would stop traffic. But during a cosplay session, I would love to see Mango walking through with this get up on, because you will stop traffic in an area where you want to. Mango, thank you for joining in. I 100% appreciate you. Mango reached out a hand to me a long while ago and has been nothing but kind, generous, and filled with friendship. And I 100% appreciate you, Mango. I want to take us over to a little area where we are going to sit, and I'm going to have just a couple of little discussion. No, wait a minute, not the moon. What am I doing? I want Nessus because I like the color palette on Nessus. And there's a certain tree over here where the reds are beautiful. They are beautiful. Thank you, Speakeasy Bob, for the lurk. Stone Mason, you're here just in time. We're going to be speaking with Mango. It's going to be a 10 questions with Mango. I am Ransom Rider. This is my favorite game, Destiny 2. And today's featured guest is Mango. Mango hails to us from the wonderful country of Germany. I've had the fortune to be there, to be able to see some of the sights, to be a tourist. I was absolutely thrilled. Many of you may know them for their beautiful Christmas work that they do. Germany has some of the most exquisite Christmas items that you will ever see. Everything is super high quality, made from wood, hand carved, paper maches. Schaller would be one of the companies I've actually visited and looked at their Santa Clauses. Yeah, I believe in Christmas. I love a good present, and I love a beautiful nutcracker from the Schaller company. But there are many really phenomenal ones. Also, Germany gave us two of the really, well, more than two, because they also gave us Volkswagen. But as an enthusiast, Porsche and Mercedes, headquartered in Germany, Weissach and Stuttgart, yeah, give me a whole load of. Why can't I get up there? Give me a whole load of Porsches, 911, Boxsters, any of them, really. Vintage, new, I want them all. I want them all. Mango, thank you for hanging out. Mango, will you tell our audience who might be viewing or watching this later, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Um, I'm Mango from Germany, and I've been playing Destiny since it came out in 2017 on PC, so Destiny 2.
So Mango, you
And
were there for the Red War because I
yeah.
think I think it launched on PC with the Red War, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I remember gamers everywhere, the established elites all switched to PC when Destiny launched really to PC. All right, now Mango, we're going to start. These are just some general fun questions. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
if you're doing your raid and you're going to be a coach, Mango has informed us that she will be coaching a really spectacular group of guardians. Mango, who's going to be on your team that you're coaching? You've told us Zemo, Vendetta, all the players. Who are the
Mm-hmm.
final three? Can you tell us?
So we have a friend from Elysium called Dadbot, or Alex.
I love Dadbot. I played with him several times. We've run a couple of onslaughts or pantheons together. He's phenomenal.
Mm-hmm. Then we have a friend of Dadbot called Arex, and a friend from, I believe it's Vendetta, called Zazzy. Pretty sure he
Oh,
used to be on
Zazzy
Vendetta's old
Rock?
team.
Zazzy Rock is going to be with you guys?
That's no, 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 not Snazzy Rock, Zazzy.
Oh,
That's
okay,
a different
okay. All
person.
right. I was going to say, holy cow. I think this is in the bag. I think it's in the bag. And you will be tuned into them via the modern technologies, voodoo magic. You'll be watching and coaching.
Yep. Well, I will be mainly watching different streams of other streamers.
Oh,
So
Mango. You're going
Yeah,
to
I'm
be
gonna be
gathering
watching.
information from the
Yes,
field.
yes.
I am liking your strategy here, Domingo. It gets me excited about what's to come. You know, Guardians, the road ahead has been very dark. And Mango's strategy with the fire team that she has grouped together, it's going to shine a light. And it's going to be exciting to watch it reveal. Mango, the best gamer foods. Give advice to people that are going to be doing the raids, that do high end content, that are in their chair for a while. What are your favorite gamer foods?
um, are we talking healthy or
No, just now.
anything?
No, don't give me an answer you think that I might want. I want. What do you eat when you're sitting down and you're going to be coaching this team? What will you have handy so that you don't have to say, "Hey, I've got to go to the kitchen and cook a meal." Your
Mhm.
gamer foods, you know, your snacks. Mine is chicken nuggets or chicken fingers, you know, little chicken strips.
Mhm.
Someone last night said Cheez Its, and then Crimson, I can't remember what Crimson did carrots and apple slices. He went very healthy. But you tell me what you're gonna have.
So, whenever I play games in general, I really don't like eating food that you have to touch with your hands because then I have to clean my hands again
I
over and over, and it's a
understand.
waste of time. So usually, I eat cereal and drink Red Bull.
Red Bull and cereal. Red Bull, it gives you wings.
Yep.
You know, it's and it helps you stay alert because we know there's some extra caffeine in there. So cereal and Red Bull is your go-to.
Shout out Red Bull Yellow.
Red Bull Yellow, and I have never had a Red Bull in my life. I know I do occasionally tune in to the Red Bull racing teams, and I've certainly seen their advertisements. What is that flavor? Is it a lemon flavor? What would it be? Red Bull
Um,
Yellow,
Yellow was like a summer edition tropical flavor. No, it's just a regular, but I'm not sure what's in it.
but it's
Probably
delicious.
mango. It is delicious, yeah.
All right. Where did you get your gamer tag Mango Luck? Where did that come from? And I see just Mango here on the screen. Tell us where that came from.
So, my actual gamer tag is La Mango with a 4 instead of an A, and that's just from when I was young. I had Mango as a nickname pretty early on, like IRL, and the luck came from the Destiny community. Some of my friends like to say that, like, I bring luck, so.
Mango, I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Now, your career started in Destiny on PC. Think back over these years, and it's been a number of years. You said 2018. What has been your greatest moment inside of Destiny?
Mm, so, I didn't really start uh, going into Endgame all that much until Forsaken because I was just new to the game and very casual. So I think my greatest moment was when I actually did, um, when Forsaken came out, I did a legit Riven with some people from Elysium. Back
And you
then it
shot
was
the eyes
Mirella
out. Is
Barricade.
that what you mean,
Yep,
Mango? You shot the eyes out.
yep. That felt really good. My first low man, which was Leviathan,
A
also felt really good. I did a
mango.
2-man.
That's exciting because so many of our players today did not get to experience Leviathan. And you
Mm-hmm.
low manned Leviathan.
Yeah, I did a 2-man.
Two man. And I remember those dogs in the garden. They were so healthy. That health bar was 5 kilometers long. If you're here in America, you know, miles and miles of health bar to get those dogs down. And the gauntlet was always a challenge. So you were booking it. You were booking it. And there was no, I don't remember there being a fast mode of travel back in those days. There was no eager
Um,
edge, was there?
no. Well, post Warmind, there really wasn't anything but Blink, especially for Gauntlet. Also, just to note that you can't 2-man Leviathan as a whole, you had to do a checkpoint. But
Okay.
for Gauntlet, yeah, you use Blink, and then post Warmind, um, you get World Line 0.
Yes, World
Yeah,
Line
that came out with
Zero.
yeah. So pre Warmind, no Word Line 0, and then afterwards you had Word Line Skating, which was just the sword and the jump essentially, and
Yes.
was very similar to Well Skating now.
And there was a time, Mango, when I loved that sword. You know, I was crazy about it. I
Mhm.
used it for a while. Now, how did you work with Callus? Because one person, I guess, went over and shot in the Taken realm. Uh, you know, the big head of Callus spewing out those little skulls. And wasn't
Yeah.
that random?
Yeah, so how it worked, if I remember it correctly, was I was in the Void Realm, the catwalk towards Callus, and what you
Yes.
had to do was essentially crouch slide against the pull because it like kept pulling you, right?
Yes.
So you had to crouch slide, and then um, you call out the symbol that you see, and there was actually a pattern to it because you did need to call out 3 symbols with a full team. But if there was only one player in there, if you call out a symbol, then there you kind of can do the math with the pattern, and you know which Scion to kill on the other side. So you kill the Scion, and then you keep sliding and kill all the enemies in there.
It
Yep,
was
and then
it
kill
was
the souls.
tough, wasn't it, Mango?
It was pretty
Viewers,
tough.
I want you to know what Mango is telling you here is really spectacular because many six-man teams simply did not have success in Leviathan. And I remember, you know, we as a group, Coterie of Arms, we had difficulties in there. Getting everything down, working through the mechanics, we had a lot of difficulties with it. And even today, you know, just going back a moment to what Mango said about Riven shooting the eyes out. Having done many of those, I've only done shoot the eyes out twice. And do you think, Mango, when Riven is put into Pantheon, do you think we'll need to shoot the eyes out to get the score to
Oh,
get
for sure.
Godslayer?
There's, well, we will see how it works because if we do have the full encounter where we separate the teams, then yeah, I think we will have to do it the regular way. But if it's just a damage check on Riven, then we can probably still cheese it.
Yeah.
'Cause
Do
we do
the
enough
what do
damage.
you guys do? The sword, and do you do tractor cannon, or how do you
Yeah.
handle it?
Yeah, sword and tractor cannon.
Yeah, which is what we always do when we go in there. Now you've given us your best moment. Think back and Mango, what has been like a low point for you? What's been a low point inside the Destiny game?
Far back?
Or just recent, whenever it may have happened. What is like a memory from gaming inside of Destiny that you might not, you know, that was kind of a low point for you?
I don't know if I want to talk about
Don't
that.
then, don't if you don't want to talk about it. I mean, people have heard
So-
me tell a story about when, you know, a group of Guardians sent me a message through in-game chat and said we need you to leave because we want our friends into escalation protocol. And had they said nicely, Mango, had they simply said, hey, would you mind giving this space so that, you know, our team can get in here? Because back in the day, you know, the maps will only hold so many people in public spaces, and so you had to leave. I knew that. We had played that game, and had those guys asked nicely, I would have simply left. You know, there's plenty of servers, there's plenty of room, but they told me I had to leave, and that set off a whole series of events that's like my worst experience ever inside of Destiny, and that was Destiny 2. A rotten group of Guardians attacked me then, and it was awful. And I would have simply At that point, I would have stayed there until the game sent me to space because of how they treated me. But let's skip over that, Mango, because sometimes those memories are so rotten you don't want to revisit them.
I can keep it. I can keep it vague.
Okay.
So, essentially, that was around. I don't really remember. It was pretty far back, but I was very involved in like the endgame community. I really loved low manning, speedrunning, all of that. Day ones. But back then, the endgame community was pretty toxic, especially towards women. And I think it was around Season of the Seraph, where you got the Warmind cells and stuff like that, where
Yes.
I really just lost passion for the game because it was hard to find people to play with.
Yes.
And I feel like I've kind of lost the spark and dedication I've had at the beginning of the game. Like nowadays, I like don't even really low man. I don't race. I mean, I do the day one, but after I coach, obviously.
Yes. I understand because there have been, I try to stay positive, Mango, and I like to look at the brighter side of what's going on in Destiny. But Mango brought up a very valid point. Sometimes you will encounter a guardian that's been led astray on a path of darkness, and they don't really convey what a guardian should convey. Get those revives, be good to your teammates, have that team spirit, because together we can win it. Separated, it might not be that easy, especially when you're low manning. And usually, Mango, now correct me if I'm wrong, because I have never really low manned. Well, I've done single Grandmaster, but solo. And I consider that as low as you can go. 1.
Oh, it's pretty good. Yeah.
But tell our viewers who may not be familiar with it what low man is.
So, in a lot of the raids, there's either the entire raid or multiple encounters where you can actually do the mechanics with less than 6 people. And it started off with for fun, but there's also like third-party trackers now, like Raid Report, that give you funny little tags on your raid if you do it 3-man or 2-man. So it's essentially just like more challenging, having to balance the mechanics and the ad clear. Even more challenging if you want to get the low man and the flawless done at the same time. That's what some people do.
Stop. I'm feeling pain already. I'm feeling pain. Ultimately, chat, thank you for the invite, Crayon Rage. Thank you for that. Ultimately, what Mango is really just saying here, it's tough. When you are low manning, you have to be spot on. You have to know exactly what's going on. And it doesn't happen like immediately. You don't go in normally and your first one, success. You try, you practice, you go back in, you do it again and again. Like Snazzy Rock, we mentioned earlier, I watched his single solo player in Pantheon, and I was crying with tears of joy for that guy. It's exceptional to watch it. Zemo is the same way. I felt the same way with Vendetta. I look at all the players and I really get joyous for him. I get happy when I see success that way because it opens up for us a path to know what's possible. Because prior to that being done, we didn't know if it was possible. So it's always a joy. Okay, now if you had to choose a favorite game, Mango, what is your all-time favorite game? And it can be from the past, the present, just one that you loved and you think of it as your favorite game.
Oof. People are gonna not like that, but I feel like League of Legends has been a game that I can consistently come back to and enjoy with my friends.
And Mango, have you taken home jackpots from League of Legends competitive?
Not really. Like, I can't say that I played super competitively. I used to play ranked, but yeah, like for most people, the good thing about League of Legends really is if you don't take it too seriously and don't play it too competitively. That's where like the fun comes from, playing with friends. For me, at least.
When
Really.
was League of Legends released? Do you know?
2009.
2009. And have you been playing since 2009?
Nope. I played like on a really bad laptop when I was 14. That was season 3, so 2013.
Nice. But that is your favorite game.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to have to tune in, and I hope you stream it and I get a chance to watch you play. If you were in the
Maybe.
real world, Mango, the real world, what
Ooh.
would be your dream job?
Being an artist.
An artist.
Mhm.
And are you an artist now?
Yeah, I do art. Right now, I mainly just do some emotes for friends here and there, but I.
Girl,
um,
I'm gonna need a cute Mango emote for my channel. I have zero artistic talent.
Sure, I can make emotes for you.
So
But-
you have an artist soul, and you have the talent to actually make it come to life on a computer. Do you normally use, like a physical pen and paper, or do you do your work mainly on a computer?
I practice with pen and paper sometimes, but I mainly do it on a graphics tablet.
Now, I'm going to have to look you up on X, formerly known as Twitter. I'm not sure if I follow you or not, because do you post any of
You
your
do.
work on Twitter?
I do, but it's a bit messy on my Twitter. If you want, I can send you my portfolio, though.
Oh my gosh, Mango. I love art, and for years, I was involved with figurine and water globe, snow globe, and statuary production for a company called San Francisco Music Box. We made music boxes. Germany does a lot of beautiful music boxes. We worked with Schaller and several German companies to do nutcrackers that had music boxes. And I can describe what I want, but when it comes to drawing it, I can't even get out a stick figure. But in my mind, I see it beautifully detailed. So I've often sat with artists in the past, before I retired, I would sit with artists and I would explain what I want, and they would actually draw it out for me. And I was always thrilled to see an artist in action bringing thoughts to life. So congratulations on having that talent. You're rare. That's like 1 in 5 million, 10 million. So rare. And I would love, send me a couple through Discord. I would love to see them. Mango,
I'll send it on
if
Discord.
you were asked, if I came up to you today and said, dream vacation, anywhere you want to go, whatever you want to do, what would your dream vacation be?
So I really like the winter. I would love to go to like a snowy place up north, like Norway, but I also really like Japan. So Japan during the winter.
Oh, the
or
snow
Norway.
monkeys. Yeah, it would be so fun. I've been to Japan, but I didn't get to do that kind of thing. So a winter wonderland would be your dream vacation.
Yep,
Do you have the clothes for the winter wonderland?
I do.
I travel to New York sometimes for Christmas, and it's like, man, I'm searching through my winter wardrobe trying to find the heaviest coat, because for me it's frigid. But I have been up north, in Canada and some of the places where it is extremely cold. Guardians, there are many different levels of cold. I definitely like it when it's 28 to 30, and I feel like that's you can go out in that for a little bit of length of time. Proper gear though, always proper gear.
I got my snow outfit on right now.
Oh, you sure do. Is that from Europa?
I think so.
Yeah, that's Europa. You're ready. You're ready. Snow boots.
I'm
They're
ready.
ready to go. All right, now just some things for fun, Mango. What is your favorite movie?
I don't
Don't
know.
be
I
shy.
think I really
Don't be
like
shy.
the-
No X-rated titles. No X-rated titles.
No X-rated. I don't know what what X-rated would be.
Adult,
That's
very
Pirates of
adult.
the Caribbean.
Oh,
How does it
Pirates
go?
of the Caribbean.
I really
Disney.
like that series.
Yeah, I like it too. I thought it was a ton of fun. The first one just, entranced me totally. I loved it. Now, your favorite TV show, and I know you have a lot of different television from what we consume in America and some of the other countries that are watching, but what is your favorite TV show?
Huh. So, TV show, I would say Hannibal. Oh, wait, that's X-rated. I'm pretty sure. Never mind.
No,
I
Hannibal.
take it back.
Hannibal was, consumer television here, so you're a-okay. And
Oh,
what
it was?
attracted you to that? Was it, the suspense and what was happening? The whole do they know, don't they know? Have you watched all of it, or is it still being broadcast?
I watched all of it. Unfortunately, it got dropped.
Yeah,
So I never
it's
really
on
finished.
Netflix, I think now, or Prime. It's on one of the big services.
Prime.
Yeah. And are you a reader? Do you read a lot of like novels, books, magazines?
I used to. Yeah.
And Mango, are you in your 20s?
Yes, I am 25.
25. Okay. It's so funny that most of the folks that I've been speaking with on this series of 10 questions with Ransom, everybody's in their 20s. Everybody is in their 20s. So I'm like, I am Grandpa. And I don't, if you send me a message and it's titled Grandpa, I'm okay with that. I don't mind because I am Grandpa. I feel like I'm rare inside of Destiny and the gaming
Oh, for
world.
sure.
So few
Yeah.
of us that over the age of 55 are playing games. And we grew up with the original Atari 2600. I had that. I had Pong on my
Oh.
Atari 2600. And I had Game Boys. I had the original PlayStation, the original Xbox. I've had them all. I've lived through it. Pixelation, I'm not a fan. And I know it's like looking back, there's so many people that say, oh, I love pixelation. Because I had it through all these gaming years. Pixelation is a no for me. It's a no. In closing out, Mango, what advice would you give to someone that's just getting into gaming inside of Destiny or in gaming in general? What advice would you give them as a player who's experienced and been around the block?
So for gaming in general, I would say definitely find a community that is open and kind-hearted. Try not to fall into those teenage echo chambers online. I think that's a pretty important one. Like, keep your mind open and find lots of friends, lots of different kind of people, meet everyone you can. And for Destiny specifically, I would say find a group of nice people to raid with, because raids are the most enjoyable content in my opinion.
They are. And they tend to bring people together, and the other extreme opposite, tear people apart. Every time you go into in-game content with a big group that you maybe haven't played with as much as you need to, just lay down, the one basic rule. What's done in the raid really like stays in the raid. If you get a little bit disgruntled, upset, it's easy to, be felt like your opinion's not heard when it comes to mechanics of a raid. I remember, Mango, when we did Root of Nightmares, there were like two bosses, two chefs in the kitchen. And ultimately, there needs to be one that would make that final decision. On your team, who is going to be that final say and what gets to be done? Now, I know it needs to be a democracy. Everybody's voice needs to be heard. But somebody has to say, let's try it this way right now. Who is that person going to be on your team?
I'm not sure. It might
You've
be
got
even
big personalities on your team. I'm just wondering who gets that final, let's try it this way right now.
If we had a mediator, it would probably be either Vendetta or Dadbot.
Okay. All right. Dadbot or Vendetta. And I often, listening to Vendetta, he is, very even kill. He speaks just evenly, soothing. He's very easy to listen to. I think he will be probably excellent for that position. The final word in your team. I want to thank you, Mango, first and foremost, for being just an upstanding guardian, for reaching a hand out to me. Guardians, I really consider myself like a D-list player in a world where I admire a lot of triple S tier, meaning they're top notch. I watch these players. I dream of what can be. I do have dreams about me playing inside of Destiny and, trying to be better. We all want to try to do better. We want those titles, those weapons, those rewards. And when we speak here today with Mango, we can envision what is possible. And Mango, thank you for hanging out with me, and thank you for that friendship. It means the world to me. And I hope that you always have a good team at your back that's going to get that revive. Guardians, a big hand to Mango Luck, Mango here in the game. Just a wonderful guest today, and I 100% appreciate you, Mango. Thank you.
I appreciate you too.
Guardians, EXO, I'm going to move into the next one. I will be talking. I hope Vendetta gets to stop by. All the players has stopped by yesterday and will be coming in this evening. I've interviewed Crimson and Water. Water has more takedowns, enemy takedowns than any player I've ever met in the game. Over 18 million. And Crimson, of course, from We Don't Work Weekends, a raid team that's done a lot of in game. They are raid completionists. They're phenomenal. That interview it is live in a live stream, but it will be separated. Mango, your interview will be separated and be up under the video section of my channel. Be sure you thumbs up your interview. I want it to do well because what you had to say was important. Thank you, Mango. I appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
All right, chat. There it is. You had it. And, Mango is really such a rarity in the game because I see a lot of players in this game. I don't hear their voice, but they wear the female version of the Hunter, Warlock, and Titan. Mango's real. Mango is the real deal. And I always feel like I've bumped into a unicorn when I find, someone that wears the female persona and they are female. It's always just phenomenal to find that. I've played a lot with a fellow clanmate, Katra. We call her Kat. And she's been with the clan for many, many years. And I have to say, I'm always thrilled to know that Coterie of Arms is a safe zone. We're equal opportunity. You can be here and feel at home. And that's why we have a lot of members who have been here with us for years. It's why I still play with Havoc. I still play with Vol. That's my original fire team, and I'm always thrilled to get to do that. And Guardians, don't feel bad if you've not found it yet. It doesn't always happen overnight. Things change, people come and go. Real life steps in. And you may not be able to find the longevity that you hope for. Stone Mason, hello. Thank you for that. Yes, it was a phenomenal interview. I totally agree with you. But Guardians, just give it time. It will come to you. I remember, this is a little story. Okay, this is not one of the, the best stories I could probably tell, but I'm going to tell it anyway. Sometimes things happen in the game for a reason. Sometimes there might not be any reason to it. But several years ago, I was playing with Coterie of Arms. And I had been running raids over and over. At the time, it was Deepstone Crypt. I loved it. I still love Deepstone Crypt. And we had a player that I had played with a lot and liked, enjoyed their company, but we ended up going into some in-game content tokens. You know, you had to have tokens for revives. And ultimately, this player, every token that we had, I think this was, we might have just been playing Deep Stone, but this was definitely a time period where you needed a token. Same way that we do now that we need tokens for revives. They're limited. But anyway, this player maybe wasn't having the best of day, and we used every single token on this player. Now, I've been there. I have been the one lying just with my ghost, hoping that somebody's got a token. But on this day, I was not feeling 100%. You know, I had used every token, reviving this gamer, and I slipped up. I made a mistake, and I slipped, I fell, I was taken out of the game. One of the enemies of humanity shot me straight through the heart. I went down, D-E-D down. And this gamer who I knew I'd been playing with, you know, for probably a year and a half, comes and said, Ransom's dead. And, you know, I don't think anybody has a revive. And it's like, no, we don't have a revive. And, you know, I said this out loud. I was like, no, we don't have a revive because we used them all on you. And ultimately, when I said that, this Guardian immediately left the game and withdrew from Coterie of Arms within like 2 minutes. And I'm sure the 2 minutes was just this Guardian trying to find how to get out. But it happens. And what happens, you know, you grow from it. Am I going to say that, you know, that's never going to happen with me again? No, because sometimes, you know, it can flare up. But when you're in a tough situation, keep my story in mind and try to see the light in all of it. We probably should have just, you know, and we would have had to, you know, restart, but I should have been maybe a little bit less harsh. But it's funny because later we were doing another set of Guardians. We were doing the one on Nessus here where you have to go down below. Let me see if I can find it. It was a Grandmaster version, not the Exodus Crash, not Proving Grounds. Am I on the right planet? Anyway, it was a lot of Cabal, and we were going down deep where you end up fighting the big Scion, and both my teammates went down. It was something was wrong inside the game. Okay, it wasn't me. It really wasn't my teammates. And Faded, who comes into chat, who's still a clanmate, Faded 1. They jumped down the big tunnel going down to get to this Scion in the base, and both players went down. What is it? It's not Exodus Crash. It's not Proving Grounds. It's probably Insight Terminus. It's Insight Terminus. And they went down, and then I was still alive, and we probably had 10 revives. You know, we were a quality team. We had played together prior to that. And I thought, oh, I will jump down and get the revive. And what happened? The exact same thing happened to me. I fell down the tunnel and I immediately was dead. It just, you know, and Bungie fixed it. Shout out Bungie. Thank you for fixing that. Bungie did fix it. And when they talk about that Grandmaster, it was rough. We were underpowered. When they talk about it, both of them were like, oh yeah, that time Ransom died. Hey, you know, you guys were dead. You guys were dead. Just take it with a grain of salt, Guardians, and try to chalk it up to a learning experience. Because ultimately, you can look back at it, and I hope you can laugh about it. On occasion, there are times you heard Mango talk about a really difficult time, but my worst time ever was that encounter inside of Mars for Escalation Protocol. At that point in my career, I had never met a group of nasty Guardians like that. It was a first for me. And they're probably not gaming inside of Destiny, and if they are, I hope they've grown beyond that. But I don't know why, but you know, oftentimes we will tend to remember that the longest. And some of the other things that we should focus on, we end up maybe not calling those up enough to dark out, to, you know, alleviate the blackness of a bad experience. It's like when you hear me talk about comments on my shorts, my live streams, my videos. You know, I find sometimes a lot of ageism. It happens. Mango spoke about it earlier, you know, where people thought, you know, female and young, sexism and ageism. But again, Coterie of Arms, Safe Zone, our youngest member that I know of, that I actually played with, started at age 9. And they're still with us today, still playing, and they're absolutely awesome. They're awesome. Remember, youth often gives you phenomenal eye-hand coordination, and that's a good thing. It's a good thing. And they need to be shown, you know, a role model, and that brings it back to these interviews. These Guardians, many of them are role models. You know, Mango is a coach. She's coaching a phenomenal team. Crimson is a coach. You've seen him with me and in-game content. And, you know, he calls out the commands. He's knowledgeable. He knows what to do. And Guardians, there's nothing wrong for an elder Guardian, meaning not their age in real life, but how long they've been playing or their level of knowledge. There's nothing wrong for them asking you to fine-tune your armor. Because there are times, I'm going to say this about myself, there are times where I may have Void something or another on, and I'm using all solar weapons simply because I forgot, and a gentle nudge can help someone remember. And that's what a good leader does. So Crimson, because I've played with him most recently in these Pantheons and Onslaughts, excellent to give you that nudge and let you know. And Mango will be giving important information to her team that she's assembled, which I'm just excited to get to see. I want to tune in. I hope several of Mango's team is going to live stream so I can watch and just find out how well they're doing, because I'm rooting for them. And I will be rooting for several teams. You heard Mango mention some of the other teams that are going to be out there. I also tune in to Asdacross. I watch him to see how he's doing. And Guardians, there's a little bitty portion of me that, now not during raid times, because that's the serious gaming. Okay, that's serious gaming. But there are times when I like to watch gamers who are considered triple S tier. It is so funny to me to see them be knocked back, knocked out, pushed off, because I'm like, it happens to them. You know, I don't need to be feeling guilty about falling off the mount because I just saw Astacross get knocked off the mount by, you know, a blast. Whatever the Cabal use, there's a blaster they have that puts Tractor Cannon to shame. We need to talk to Keitel. I'm going to need that blaster. So it's funny to me to watch that because it lets us know everybody, you know, has a period where they might not be doing the best. And just remember, it's okay to stumble and fall because Guardians, It's not how far you fall, it's how high you get up. Now, Mango, do you have just a minute? I would love to make
Yep.
EXO is here. Let's go to space and just see what we can do on the moon. Eris Morn is a friend of mine. She's a friend. She gave me a box of raisins like 300 years ago in game, and almost probably like 8 years ago in real life. Eris Morn gave me a box of raisins, and I never have forgotten it. It was an act of kindness. Thank you, Eris Morn. You've been important to me ever since. I wanted to see her rip the wings off of Sivu Arath, but I didn't get to. Someday it may come. It may come. Now, EXO has joined us. EXO is a content creator, live streamer, and I have watched him finish hundreds of Grandmasters. And I believe, EXO, are you in the Discord live stream chat?
Yeah.
Have you completed every single Grandmaster solo?
I know I took a break for a few seasons, so probably not.
But as many as has been available since you've been playing it, I think you've probably completed all of them solo. Guardians, we are going to go into the moon where they desperately need us because the abyss has expanded. The abyss of darkness. Evil approaches to our front door. We have to join together and we push back the darkness. I have for you today special guest EXO. He is a full member of Coterie of Arms. He's an 11 in an 11 world. I have Mango with tier 1, but Mango actually knows a lot of these folks. I don't think I know a lot of people on Mango's clan, but welcome to Mango. She's a special guest today from Germany. Thank you, Mango, for joining. And as always, I'm Ransom Rider, and this is my favorite game. Let's go into the moon. Let's take a look and see what we're going to need. We're going to do a Grandmaster Nightfall. Remember, I'm on a hunter. This is a judgment-free zone. It is going to be barrier and unstoppable. And this season, Guardians, this season, barrier, sidearms, unstoppable is an auto rifle or unstoppable, right? Sidearms and unstoppable's hand cannon. Oh, I don't want to give up indebted kindness. I don't want to do it. What's the most in there, EXO? Is it unstoppables or probably the most, or is it going to be barriers?
It's pretty even. I'd say Unstoppables for most of it.
Unstoppables, and I know that ogre is going to come stomping at me with those 25 size shoes. They played football in high school for the Hive team, so I'm really going to have to do this. I will need to, I guess I'll need to go to Polaris Lance. You know, I wanted to stay with Final Warning, but Final Warning really does have a range problem. There is a range problem on Final Warning. So I'm going to do this. Sidearm, hand cannon. Sidearm is piercing. Hand cannon is unstoppable. And then I'd still like the king of rocket launchers. I know many people say, it's Apex Predator. But they're going to ask you, they can all have Apex Predators, and they're going to ask you to put on a Galahorn so that their Apex Predators can do that kind of damage. I mean, they really are. They're going to ask you that. Now, I'm going to switch over to something that I love, not the Stompies, but Orpheus Rig. I'm a huge Orpheus Rig fan. Let's make sure I'm set up for solar damage. Now, remember, the boss room is 8 up with Void and crossbows. So be ready. Be ready. Did I keep an arc weapon? Yes, I did. So I'm going to stay with that. Then let's see. Kinetic loader. I don't have anything kinetic on right now, so I need to go arc. I need to go arc loader because kinetic means there's no affinity. You can't have a stasis weapon or a strand weapon in the kinetic slot and it be, it has an affinity if it's stasis or strand. So increases reload. Yep. I don't need this void weapons. What else could I put on here? Let's see. Grenade class ability. Yeah, I'll take that. So let's continue on down the line. Arc Surge, Solar Scavenger, Arc Holster. I love it. Time Dilation. Yep. I'm on my Hunter. Please don't judge me. Judgment Free Zone. Thank you to Exo and Mango, our special guest stars today. Let's go into a Grandmaster Nightfall. The surges are Strand and Solar, and the sniper rifle is going to give you a 25% bonus damage. We're going in. Guardians, I didn't make my ginger root tea today. I have Titan water. I'm on a Hunter, but I'm drinking Titan water. It's water with lemon. Public service announcement, stay hydrated when you're gaming, and especially if you're going to be raiding, if you're going to be doing content in the final shape, story missions, be sure to stay hydrated. Mango drinks Red Bull, a very special flavor. I think it sounded like a tropical flavor. Exo, what do you drink when you're gaming?
Sweet tea and water.
Oh my gosh! You're not in the South though, are you, Exo? You're in like the Midwest.
No, I was born in the Midwest, but I live in Virginia.
Virginia. Okay, so there's sweet tea available to you in Virginia.
Oh.
Crimson, yes, I do. I do,
Alright,
Crimson,
Guardian.
yes.
This is a smash and grab. Smash some hive, grab a chunk
Thank
of
you,
mine.
Crimson. Now, I know Polaris Lance is the go-to in here, and let's just be direct about it. I'm probably going to wish I had Polaris Lance on, but I made a little short video. I keep talking about it where I said I didn't want to be burdened with the same weapons. And I'm going to say that this year-long season of the Wish that we've been in, it has been really the season of Polaris Lance. I mean, I can't think of a weapon that has been gone to more than Polaris Lance. And Guardians, if you have a different opinion, I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you on what the go-to weapon has been this season for you. Make your voice heard. Stand up. Be counted. Leave a message if you're watching this past the live stream. Your opinion matters. And, you know, I will try to share it with other folks that, you know, may need that little tidbit of information. They may need that tidbit of information. Now remember, these thralls, don't ever have a concern about popping them in the crit spot. The thrall grow up to be hive monsters like ogres, wizards, witches, the knights. That knight right there that I'm pummeling, it is or was a thrall. Now the little death tongues, they're little monsters, but ultimately he on occasion will jump off. Rasputin, stop shooting me, friend. Woo, that ogre's angry. And here comes one around the bend. Let that gun fluoresce. Let's get a Galahorn and some fire on him. Let me get a shield down. Oh, I'm a hunter. There's no shield available. Now, sometimes you will get one of those little thralls that'll sneak up. They're out here waiting for you. You want to, Guardians, take down every champion here if you're going for the platinum score. You might be able to leave. I don't know. You might be able to leave one. Do you know, Exo, Mango, can we leave one champion up, or do we need to take every single one of them down?
I think here you gotta kill them all.
Gotta get them all. Get them all.
Yeah.
And setting that perimeter tower to friendly. You're welcome.
Crimson says Sunshot is extremely good. Yes, it spreads that solar damage, and solar is one of the extras right now. I love Sunshot. I love it. That would be an alternative to Polaris Lance. Sunshot. And I think I used Sunshot on one of my 200 missions into this hole. I did this a lot, Guardians, on 2 separate occasions. I made it to the boss room many times. Even off camera, okay? Off camera, I was working this. I was working to try to get this under my belt, to put a notch in my belt of another solo Grandmaster. I say another because I'm going to ring my own bell. Ring, ring, ring. I have completed solo Grandmaster 1. But I wanted a second this season because the season was so long. I don't have it. I may try to do Lake of Shadows. I think we have it one more time before we move into the final shade. Here's my #1 pet peeve in the game, the molasses bomb. I don't know ultimately what the molasses bomb is called. I need to look at it and see. What I know is it will slow you down and they can get a good crit shot on you. You don't want that to happen. You don't want that to happen. Now, Exo normally will take the little crow's nest, and it's always a phenomenal spot.
Patch me in and I'll get that door open again.
I am going to put down my tether right here and just try to get some of those guys before they come out and eat us alive. And remember, ooh, scream! I'm in Vias, thank goodness. They're going to try to get us from this back door. There'll be a whole group of them come in right here. And if you're fast enough, you can stand back here and you can pop them all really good. But it takes mad skills to do that. There's also a section right over there that you can stand in that area and really get a lot of them.
Guardian, down.
Whoa, he got me. Overcharged Ether. Unstoppable Abomination, aka Ogre. Guardian down. Guardian down. We have 2 down. This is a perilous situation. Survival will be on the thinnest of lines. A very thin line. We are dependent upon our teammate Exo. Exo, show no mercy. Take them down. Now remember, Exo could really go in to a super, which he has. He's going to grab that revive for Mango. He's continuing to throw fire on the battlefield. He has me. I'm going to run. I'm going to run. Run, Guardian. You got to know when to run. Yes, cue the music. Cue the music. These are absolutely the worst in the game, Scorn. And I might not even have my artifact set to do extra damage against the Scorn. I should have checked it. I've been doing, Onslaught and Pantheon. And I don't think there's no Scorn in Pantheon at all. We're not going to have any Scorn. Woo, who hit me? How dare you, sir? I don't know who it was. That ogre wasn't even facing me, but they know it'll, it comes out of the back of their head sometimes. Double trouble. It's like a Disney movie. Double trouble. Abominations abound. Abominations abound everywhere. You see one, there's got to be more of them. I wasn't going to let him get away, Guardians. You're not getting away from me. Woo! My finisher pulled me into the fray. The Scorn, I really, weren't they created by Uldren Sov? Guardians, my question concerns Uldren Sov.
Guardian down.
Do you want him back? Do you want him to return from his journey? That's the question. Do we want him back? I don't know. All right, is there a lurker? Lurkers. I see him over there. I see him. Crossbow, deadly.
Cracked it. You and Ghost are clear to move.
Okay, we cracked it. We cracked an egg. We made an omelet. Things are looking up. We have 12 revives. Now, be careful here, Guardians. These laser beams, they are straight out of one of my favorite horror movies with Mila Jovovich. I don't know about how to pronounce that, but Mila, I like you. Resident Evil. The laser beams, scary. Scary. I have been cooked here. And Singed Guardian, it's not a smell that you want to ever, have to smell again. Singed Guardian. All right, now I'm moving on. Ultimately here, you can let the timer count down. And if the timer counts down, you will get 2 additional champions. And 2 additional... woo! Not a Titan. Not a Titan. 2 additional champions. If you needed them, Guardians, they would definitely give you 2 additional tokens. And it could be wise for you. You would lose your heavy crate. You would lose your heavy crate, but you would get the 2 additional tokens. So give that some thought. And of course, we finished that in a very quick time because we have Mango and Exo here, and they're on their game. I want to call attention to Exo. He's with the military. He's keeping us safe. Thank you, Exo, for your service to the country. Thank you, thank you.
My pleasure.
All right, don't we get a flag here?
Yes, this thing.
Okay, all right. Ugh! That void bomb, Guardians, void bombs. I don't think you can put enough resist on to live through it. You just have to be super aware. That's what you got to be, super aware. And with Polaris Lance, you can keep him stun locked to the point where he's not going to really be able to target you. But having done this area many, many times solo, he's ultimately not the one that took me down. The one that took me down was a little crossbow wielding monster. And I often like to, you know, bounce Gjallarhorn off of a wall. And let it do its thing, you know, as it bounces from the wall. You know, there are guns that have bullets in Indebted Kindness that will absolutely, you know, just track. Unbelievably so. Okay, that's number 2. Number 3. I'm sliding. I'm running. I'm scared. Woo! And he targeted me right there. Luckily, I'm a hunter. This will be the 5th battery, and I think we're going to have the Overload or Unstoppable Ogres already been taken care of?
Yeah, they're dead.
Go, Indebted Kindness, go! Show them the power of light!
Guardian down.
Woo! I gotta stay close to this structure because he's evil. He's vile. He works for the Witness. They all do. Don't they realize the Witness? He's gonna take them down. He toys with us, him and his 2 big fingers. Toy he does. Alright, who's still standing in this hole? We need to decommission this place. Remember, when you have your tether in operation, headshots are going to give you way more super back. You're going to get way more... You're going to get way more energy back. Watch him run. They're not so pushy now. And just like that, the light has shone the way. Be the beacon. Be the beacon. Now, what is it? Is it pre-Asti Annex?
Did it all unfold as you
Yes,
foresaw?
the Adept version. And I will be keeping that Hawthorne bounty. I'll be keeping the Hawthorne bounty.
The details are never exact.
Mango did phenomenal. Exo was phenomenal.
Despite the cost.
Exo with 276 enemy takedowns. He gave them a to-go box and he put a nail in the lid. Exo, champion of the people, bearer of the light. Ransom, I had 75, 38 orbs. Mango had 94 with 26 orbs. The score range was from 88 to 238 Guardians. We stood up, we fought back, and we showed them what will be coming when we make our way after the witness on a trail that is going to be given to us by none other Uldren Sov, also known as the Crow. All right,
Final
now.
Fantasy is calling me. I must head out.
Thank you, Mango. Thank you so much for playing with me today and for the interview. I 100% appreciate you. And Mango, if there's someone else that you feel like needs to have a light shined upon them, let me know, because I would love to talk with other people that could be inspirational for Guardians coming up.
For sure.
Thank you, thank you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, thank you. Guardians, Mango, absolutely a phenomenal Guardian and so important. The coaching position for a really spectacular team of Guardians that will be in the final shape, the new raid when it hits. Final shape comes out on the 4th of June, and then what is it, 3 days later, we're going to have the raid. Prepare, get those bounties, hang on to the ones that you need to. The Crucible, the Vanguard, and Gambit bounties, turn those in. They've let us know that there's going to be a new system in place. Don't hang on to those, because I feel that they will not be good for you. They'll simply be gone when the new season hits. Now, we're going to fly into the tower. I'm going to have some lunch, and then I'm going to hopefully come back, and at some point today, I know later this evening, it's an interview with all the players. Vendetta is going to stop by, and later on in the afternoon, we're going to speak with Zemo. I've actually talked with him several times, and I'm looking forward to hearing what his strategies are, who he's looking forward to playing with, who he thinks will win in the upcoming race for World's First inside the new raid. I know you're thinking, Ransom, it's weeks away. But in the gaming world, it's on us. It's on us. Some of these weekly bounties that are XP++, they're just that. They're weekly. Meaning you need to be picking them up. You need to be picking them up. Many of you are preparing for reset tomorrow because we will get another boss. I think it's going to be Rulp will be joining Pantheon. And that's very exciting to see him enter the fray, the battlefield. What will he have in store for us? Will there be, extra tormentors? Will there be some, unstoppable whatevers? We don't know. We don't know. And that ability not to see what's coming, it's exciting. What does the future hold? Will we make it? What Guardians will earn the title Godslayer? Godslayer, it's a buzz in the community. Everyone in social media, they're speaking about it. Godslayer is the new title. Some of you will have it, many may not. Do not give up on your quest to carry the Godslayer title. Hex, thank you so much. How are you, buddy? Yassine, how are you? Thank you for that. I appreciate you. Credit again to Mango for the interview, to Exo for playing in that Grandmaster and being so phenomenal, and to each and every one of you, because the way forward is dark, but you have that spark of light. You can be that Guardian. Join your friends, get them involved, come into Destiny and show them what the light can do. The people of the last city, they need us. They need us for their protection. We want life back the way it once was. I want a picnic. I want a picnic in the EDZ. I need good times. I need a win for all Guardians and for you at home watching the people of the last city. There's millions of them down there, perhaps around 1 billion. I know the numbers in the last city were given a setback when the Cabal struck during the Red War. We all know the Cabal eat the mountains, drink the sea. But now we have a powerful ally in Keitel. We even have an ally in what is ultimately the greatest enemy we've ever known. It's not the Witness. The Witness is the most powerful. There's no doubt. Finger swiping. There's been no one inside the game that had that kind of power. Only the Witness. But the cunning, the ability to plan, the knowledge, the seeing into the future and its many pathways and preparing for every single pathway, there's only one, and it's Savathun. I think she will fight with us. She knows what the alternative is. She would be going down. The Witness would not leave her standing after the battle with the Traveler. Savathun knows that she must side with the light. She is now a light bearer on her own, and I know that she's going to be side by side with us as we battle, as will Keitel, as will Mithrax. Who will leave the tower? Who will stand with us as we battle for the light? I don't know. I like to think that Ikora is going to be there, and she's going to be wielding the power of a guardian, a warlock, that probably is the most powerful warlock the game has ever known. Ikora, we love you. We miss you. Do more. We need you in the battlefield. Zavala, Shaxx, Saint 14. We even know now that Osiris is powerful with Strand. He's learned how to wield Strand outside of him being a light bearer because Sagira is no more. So the options and what could go on, how this path will twist and turn, is yet to be revealed. But Guardians, if you know someone inside the game that needs a light shined upon them, mention the 10 questions with Ransom Rider. That's me. And I would love to talk to them and get their opinions, their viewpoints, because we all need role models. Without them, it's difficult to find your path. I love a live streamer. I turn to content creators. So many puzzles, so many mechanics can be daunting. But with those live streamers, those content creators, those puzzle solvers, give them thumbs up, likes, hang out, visit them in their channel, say hello. We need them. I would love to meet them here in the game. If you know someone, let them know about this series. And here's Nero sitting with me. Hello, Nero. How are you, buddy? I don't know Nero, but I like what he's wearing, and he's got the Chaise Lounge. The Chaise Lounge is absolutely my all-time favorite emote. It is the one emote in the game that I truly wanted. I needed it. I had to have it. I went after it. And you see a lot of the gamers that I speak to in this series and upcoming folks that I'll be talking to, they do have the Chaise Lounge. Now, I heard rumor, Exo might know, Havoc might know, some of you in chat might know. Is the Chaise Lounge emote going to become available in the game again?
Of course. Sequence is...
I don't know, I hope not. If they do, then it might be like a variation like how they did the Taken ship with the relaunch of Whisper. Is what I'm hoping. But, I mean, it's possible.
Maybe we need a floor lamp next to the Chaise Lounge. I don't know. I just don't want it to be the same. I'm a gatekeeper for the Chaise Lounge. It was so hard to get back in the day. Like
Yeah.
you had to run a bunch of raids and all kinds
to
of
do
stuff
all
to
of them.
get it. And I want it kept. I want it kept as a I was there. I lived it. I did it. I earned it. It's mine. And I'm using it. And yes, look at my chaise lounge and know I saved the people of the last city. And I love it. You see Nero with it. You saw Mango with it earlier. Most of the people that most of them that I play with regularly that have been there long term have it. Havoc has it. Vol has it. Soupy has it. I do believe K-Fizz has it. But it's my favorite. Now, if you have a different favorite that you chased and you hunted down, leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you. Stonemason, we need more earnable emotes like that. Yeah, tied to very important events inside the game. I 100% agree with you. I like that kind of emote. It's one of the reasons, Guardians. I know this sounds elitist. I know it does, but it's just a fact. One of the reasons I don't buy ships and emotes from Eververse is because you didn't earn it. You know, you earned the bright dust, the glimmers, the legendary shards. But when you go down here and buy this, it doesn't mean the same to me. I want to see the emotes that you earned by doing in-game content. That's really what means the most to me. It's why you don't see me throwing down real money. Like, yeah, there's a color shader here I want. Tess, you've got a color shader I want. A blaze. I would like to have a blaze, but I don't want to spend real money. I want to be given a path to earn these. Now, here I do buy the ornaments with bright dust. I spend bright dust on ornaments. But this ornament, no way is this thing worth 700 bright dust. As someone inside of my live stream said a couple of days ago, this is a squirt gun. I've seen better squirt guns at the dollar store.
100
Why would I
bright dust
throw
that
down that kind of money? Bungie, I love you. I love this game. But I want a better ornament than that. It's just not, it's not for me. Now, if you loved it and you bought it, good. I am glad. But I like for them to have a little bit more detail. And Stonemason, thank you. Stonemason says, I 100% agree. I don't want anyone to get the wrong idea that I'm hating on Bungie. I just want some of those things fine-tuned. I want ornaments to be special. Like, I would love to speak to the artist that designed the exotic bow ornaments. My gosh. When those things came out, they took my breath away. They were absolutely beautiful. And so many of the ornaments are. I mean, we have ornaments that are just flawlessly designed. Designer, come into my chat. Talk to me about your inspirations. And even world designers and folks who pick the color palette. The color palette for me, number one would be Root of Nightmares. The color palette is exceptional. I love all that color on the black granite background of the pyramid ship. Next for me would be Nessus, those reds, those grays, absolutely beautiful. And then I would like to see the moon get the Traveler beam and, start getting some, growth on there, some life. And really, the number one area that I thought would be fine-tuned, I'm going to say this out loud, it's going to go on record, it'll be on digital, Cosmodrome. Let's get some trees planted, okay? Get Mithrax, House of Light over there, planting corn and trees and shrubs. Let's bring the flowers back. Hashtag bring the flowers back. Let's bring the flowers back into the Cosmodrome and let's get some trees planted. Let's make it better so that one day we can have a picnic. Chat, I want to thank each and every one of you for hanging out. I'm going to do a lunch break. And rust proofing, yes. Even stone becomes sand, except if it's Vex stone. I guess that stuff never turns into sand. But thank you Wild card. Thank you for that. Thank you. Thank you. I want you guys to come back and hang out because we will be doing some interviews later today with some triple S tier plus gamers, and maybe they've got some pointers for us because, as always, my quest is to be a better Guardian. And join me on this journey. We can have a lot of fun. It's better together. I'm Ransom Rider. This is my favorite game, Destiny 2. Bye. Bye. Thank you, chat. Thank you, EXO, Mango, everyone that hung out with me. Thank you, guys. Be good to your fellow Guardians. Get those revives. I will see you very soon inside the gaming world of Destiny 2. Bye. Bye.